Whoa, what's going on, guys? Today we're gonna do some bushings. So putting the 6R up on the hoist. She's looking good, but I've got a lot of bushings to do. So I don't think I'm gonna get all of them done, especially all these press fit ones, because I feel like they're gonna be an absolute pain in the ass. But pretty much got every suspension bushing for every part of the suspension, front and back, except for sway bars, like the actual sway bar bushings. So let's put her up and get into it. All right, that's all the wheels off. As always, I'm working around a GQ spacer, so don't worry about that. It's just it's the main character. But yeah, I'll probably get rid of that GQ spacer one day when I can afford to, you know, get rid of it. It's a pretty expensive spacer. But anyway, we've got all suspension bushings. So we've got the front version of that. We've got this one in here, out the back, the bottom one as well, both sides. And then the main important one, the reason why I bought this actual full kit is we've got the lower rear control arm bushing for the front and this front control arm bushing as well. So those have been making a bit of noise and I'm not happy about it, so I bought a whole kit and we can do them all. And got to remember to take off that headlight sensor so I don't fucking break it. All right, so because I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to work on this today, and this is currently my only running car, I'm pretty much just gonna try and do these front ones and see how I go. Because into that bushing, usually you buy the whole thing, not just the bushing, but this came with the bushing, so I'm gonna put it in there. And you know, it's a bit cheaper too. I'm gonna have to press that one out or cut it out. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that out. And then this one is also, I believe, a press in with a metal race around it. So we'll see how we go with both sides of those. Hopefully we can get them done and then start on the rear, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time today. So also, if you're watching this and you're doing it on some form of VR6, most likely an R32 Mark V, you're gonna have a lot of issues trying to do these. So these are a cast control arm, and these bolts here, usually, I don't know if it's because this is a manual or whatnot, but I think it might actually be the other side, but one of the sides hits the engine or gearbox, so you can't actually back this bolt out without taking the dog bone out and moving the engine forward or dropping the subframe. So just keep that in mind. If you're thinking this is going to be a quick job and you're on an R32, think again. These ones aren't too bad. You've got plenty of space to pull the bolts out, so this one should be pretty easy, pretty simple, and we'll get it done. So these are fairly simple on a Mark 6 Golf R. You've got the 3 ball joint bolts up here, or actually nuts, but they're a stud and nut, so just take those off. Don't forget to take your 10mm off for your headlight sensor on both sides. Then you've got an 18, I believe they are, I'll have to double check. 2 16s, an 18, and the control arm should just pop straight out. They can be a bit of a pain on this side. Hopefully this one's all right. Might have to take the under tray just to get a bit of space in there, but should be fine. All right, it's all out. It took me 5 minutes. It was pretty quick. Had to break out the big impact gun, surprisingly. But I used a vise. I was actually going to try cut it out with my air saw, but I used a vise to get the actual control arm off of this here, which is just one of the bushings, one of the mounts. So just used the vise, ripped it out. That was pretty easy. Now I'm just slowly pressing it out. As you can see, it's coming out pretty easy. Going well. So this is what they look like. I'm just fucking laying on the floor. This is what they look like. It's half out at the moment, so they're like a plastic casing. The ones we are putting in have a metal surrounding on them. Just a little bit better, and they are full nolithane, I believe they are. So just a little bit of a mix between poly and something else, I believe. I'm not actually too sure, but yeah, we'll get this out and yeah, it should be mint. And just like that, she's out. I had to turn those up because when it was coming out, it was hitting this bottom plate, so I just need a little bit more clearance because it's not wide enough to go through there. But it'd go through the other side, but unfortunately you can't push it through that side. So that's pretty much how it goes. This is how it goes on the car, sort of like that. This is the passenger side. So we've got offset bushings to put in, so we're gonna have to offset them and make sure they're the right orientation, and then slap them in. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like all pressed in. So I'll show you on the car, but see how it's a little offset to one side? Basically, if it was directly to the bottom, it would be set up for anti-lift, basically, like wheel hop and shit like that. Mine's a little bit to the outside of the car for what they call autocross, basically set up for handling, and a little bit of anti-lift as well, which, I mean, it's a Golf R, it's never really going to do too bad, but so that's how it'll fit on the car like that. So it's just slightly to the side. You can see the yellow texture up the top, that's my center mark, so it's a little bit off. Right, so I pressed out the other one. You can't do it in a shop press like that. Well, at least in mine, I can't fit it properly. So I came up with a little idea. Old one just here. I drilled a couple holes through it. Probably not the best idea. Should have definitely used a smaller drill bit, but just to relieve a bit of pressure off of it. And then created myself this, a nut on the end, and an actual like a bushing press, little cup. Basically put it over that, put the other bolts on the other end, use the impact, and it got it straight out. So just keep that in mind that you can't, well, I can't use a super cheap auto press. So if you've got a bigger one that doesn't sit as close to the ground, then you might have a bit of luck, but I couldn't do it, and my vise wouldn't work either. It didn't have enough pressure. So the impact to the rescue. And then these ones simply just push in with your hands, and then don't forget to grease up the little metal piece that goes through, and she'll be mint. Here we have it sitting on top of the FE501. Got some nice fresh SuperPro bushings. They're gonna look mint, they're gonna perform mint. I'm very happy with these, very, very happy. Yeah, don't forget to grease. So there is a little insert that goes in here, that goes on the end of that. I haven't put it on yet, but don't forget to put a bit of grease in there just so they don't squeak, they move freely, it works properly, and it'll be mint. Now I need a rag. Where the fuck is everyone? All right, there we go. It's all back in. Had a little bit of trouble getting this back in. It just wasn't far enough forward, so I just got a little ratchet strap, put it there and on the other side of this control arm, and just tweaked it a bit, and went in perfectly. So it didn't need much. Obviously paint marked all the bolts, so just to know that I've done them up, and if they ever move, I can see that they're not on the paint marker anymore. Everything's tight. All these are done up. They're all paint marked. Even that's paint marked, and yeah, they look good. They're hopefully going to perform good too. So just to give you a better idea, this is what I mean by, so this is a control arm. This is the little like sort of cup sort of thing. So that's the cup, that's the control arm. You just run a bolt through it and just tighten it down with the impacts. I haven't drilled holes in this one. I'm going to see how it goes. Hopefully it comes out. All right, chaps, definitely drill some holes in it. That's cooked. I can't even touch that because I can touch this end. Look at that. I was at it for like a couple minutes. This poor thing, bro. Oh my God. Hey, it came out though. It came out in one piece, surprisingly. But yeah, that was brutal. Rattlegun was loving it, but yeah, definitely put some holes in it like this one. Just drill a couple through. Smaller than this, just so you don't ruin the control arm, but yeah, makes it a bit easier. So, when I said ratchet before, this is what I mean. I did actually push this bushing a little bit further back on this side, but it still needed to be ratcheted forward, so that's fine. So you just basically, from there, through the back of this, around it, and then she does up nice and easy. So, that's definitely the way to do it. It worked perfectly for me, so I reckon if you're struggling to get it in, just yeah, grab a little ratchet and chuck it through there. All right, got them all in. Tough. Got all the paint marker on, everything's tight. I don't use torque wrenches. Anyway, yeah, everything's in, just for the front, that is. So, yeah, she's looking good. All right, we're moving on to the rear now. So, we're gonna do the rear upper trailing arm bushes. So, basically, got to pull that little clip off there holding the handbrake cable. 4 bolts, 2 are back here, and the sway bar. So, the easiest way to get the sway bar is literally just take it off from the actual sway bar, not the trailing arm.
Oh, Future Ben here. So, it turns out you do actually have to take out the sway bar and link from the trailing arm. You can either take it out from both or just the trailing arm. Either one works.
So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully it should be alright. Pretty easy. Alright, so we've got the rear trailing arm out. So we're just going to press this one out, press a new one in. They are cracked. So definitely due a replacement. Not terrible, but not great either. So just gonna press these ones out. All right, so the old one's out. So a little bit difficult, but not crazy hard with the shot press. You should be fine. And then you simply just press in the new one. Just use a bit of the rubber grease they supply you with, just to make it a little bit easier going in. And then it'll want to slip side to side while going in the hole. Just yeah, try and stabilize it as best you can, and just keep pushing it through. Fuck's sake. So this is basically how they come out of the car. I've already undone this, so, but basically just an 18mm there, and this sits up in here like that. So have a quick look. I've done the other side, and it's sitting nicely up in there, and everything's good. So pretty much this is what they look like when they come out. So you just take that bolt out, and let me just take that bolt out. You do get a bit of shit caught up in here. This is a plastic top on it, so you can take them off if you want, clean them up, but you don't have to. I couldn't be bothered, so not going to. Alright, just taking this one out too. So this is the toe arm, I believe. I might have to double check that, but it's got a couple bushings in the end. Honestly, these ones are literally perfect. Like, they don't even move anyway. There's very little movement in these, but look, the kit comes with them, so I guess we try and just replace them as we go. Alright, so bit of an update. Let me grab the tool. We've got some poly bushes in those ones just there, so we've got both sides done. When you do these, the bush that you can see, so the center part there is like an actual push through. There's no like actual structure here, so it does bend, as you can see. So stick something in between here, the same width as it, so it can't crush when you're pressing it out, and you should be fine. Mine are a little bit off because, well, they're a pain in the ass, but well. But they're back in, everything's back in, everything's tight. So both those sides. Now, the kit does come, the kit comes with those control arms just there, those bushings, but to get that bolt out, which is a bolt, it's not welded on the other side. I don't know if you can really, you can't see it. So it's up there. Pretty much it's up behind there, and it looks like a subframe out job, so I don't want to do that. So we're just going to move on to these lower arms here, and then we're all done. All right, so we're onto these control arms. I've already done one of them, so unfortunately, because I have a stock rear muffler, I have to take down the muffler to, well, the center rear back box to get the camber bolt out, or toe bolt out. So just got this one out as well. Now, I didn't even press these out, I just hammered them out with a socket, and they came out pretty easy. So you just got to press the new ones in, which are just rubber and a bit of grease, and they'll slide right in, and then get them up. My next challenge is trying to get that bastard out on both sides. Okay, so to get these bushings out, what I've done is to socket on one side, just a spacer to catch the bushing, you see it in there, and then a bolt through it. So basically this is it without the bushing in it. So basically it sits like that. Socket on that side, this big thing on this side, and then the bolt running through it, and it comes out super easy. Just make sure you don't get a socket that's too big, because it will get stuck in there, and then you're gonna have a pain in the ass of a time. My therapist say I'm healing, but the way I feel, just like that, it's all done. Got some old bushes, filthy hands, beautiful.